guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Caitlin. I go by Catalin though, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the books, which are two, or 1.5, I would say, that I read in the month of March. Like I said in my last video, I didn't get much done because baby Hazel is starting to crawl. And I'm going to be showing you my TBR for April, so let's just hop right in. I have a lot to say about this book, okay? I finished it in 1 day, or 1.5 day, and it's Beyond the One by Tom Felton. If you guys don't know, Tom Felton is my favorite actor. He played in Anna and the King. And he also played Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter. I just absolutely, this book made me fall more in love with Tom Felton. I gave this 5 stars. The writing in this was so amazing. Tom is a poet. Oh, my heart. He's so funny. Like, this book is so funny to me. I got so emotional over this book. 1, because it was super funny. 2, some of the stuff, the content in it was relatable. This is an autobiography, and he goes on to explain how he got into acting, his childhood memories, even the embarrassing ones, and the way he explains it is so funny. And when I said him and Emma Watson belong together, I mean it. Like, I just wish they would end up together. I really do. Because he explains and she explains that beyond, kissing and making out and stuff, what they have is more special than that. And he also explained the duck reference. If you don't know, Tom Felton calls Emma Watson a duck. Emma Watson calls Tom Felton a duck. And it's just so cute. But I definitely recommend this book. Like, if you guys ever read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy, I would definitely pick this up too, because this is kind of, I'm not going to say it's kind of like that, but the autobiography, the way it was written, is similar. So at the end of this book, something traumatic happens. I'm not going to say traumatic, but to me that would be traumatic. It was kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of funny, but in a way it wasn't really, like, I bet you at the time it wasn't funny for him, and I don't think it's still funny for him, but what happened to him usually happens to people that live around my area. Like, that's why I thought it was funny. But at the very end, something happens, and the way he described it and the way he, went through that was beautifully written. This shows vulnerable moments in Tom Felton's life. And he's just the sweetest person. You cannot tell me he's not sweet. You can't do that. You will never convince me that Tom Felton is a bad person. And after reading this, I second that. Like, you cannot convince me Tom Felton is doing stuff for the wrong reasons, or this, that, and the other. So I encourage you, please pick this up. Pick this up. You might not even know Tom Felton, or not really like the Harry Potter series or whatever, but like I said, it's kind of similar to I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. So yeah, I got so emotional reading this book though. There were moments where I started to cry, like when I told you guys that the first page is Emma Watson writing a letter or whatever for the book, I got emotional to that, because the way she describes Tom is I just wish I had a friend like that who would describe something like that about me, you know. It made me really rethink the way I live and how I do things. And he really talks and gets into mental health. So yeah, I just thought, okay, so let me backtrack. I just thought the end of the book was funny because something similar happened to my stepdad. But that was an accident. So I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to explain more than that. But it happened to my stepdad by accident. So yeah. The next book I have for you guys is Crush by Tracy Wolff, and I will not be completing this book before the month's over, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm almost halfway through it. I've been reading it on my Kindle, so I give myself about 2 more days and then I'll finish this book. I'm just gonna spoiler, but basically what's going on right now, I'm on chapter 38. Jackson has a brother, and Jackson killed that brother. And at the very end of the first book, he comes back as like a ghost or something. I don't really know. Like, they call it like, I don't even know what they call it, like fading or something like that, but that's when they run. Don't know, so I'm kind of confused on that. But anyways, that doesn't like mess with my interpretation of the book. It's just whatever. Anyways, so she jumps in front of Jackson because Hudson was gonna attack Jackson. She turns into this gargoyle. She's a gargoyle instead of human. And Hudson gets trapped inside her head. And now I've reached the part where she has finally noticed, because she's missing days and months of memories, and they go to Jackson's person who raised him, basically, because his parents didn't raise him or something like that, and she helps Grace connect with Hudson and try to build a wall to lock him out so he cannot take over her body again, because he's been doing that, hence memory loss. But she can hear him talk, and they've been like talking, going back and forth inside her head, and Jackson is not a fan of that. I mean, I wouldn't be either if my husband was talking to my sister in his head. But they come up with a plan, because basically Hudson was taking over Grace's body to perform the spell to actually get him out of her head, and they're going through with the plan, so they're gonna do that. And that's all I got so far. But the way she describes Hudson, I think this is my little guess about what's gonna happen in the book. I think somehow Grace and Hudson are gonna get involved, because who wouldn't get involved with someone inside your head? You spend so much time with them, you probably end up falling for him. But she's just like, he hears everything she thinks and stuff, and she's just kind of annoyed, like, I wish he wouldn't, like, get out of my effing head. But yeah, that's as far as I got. So I'll let you know how it goes in the next month. The next book I have for you guys is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I heard great things about this book, so that's why I picked it up. I picked it up like a year ago on my Kindle, and I'm just now getting around to it. But this is like, the cover is yellow, my favorite color, by the way. And it is like giving me a spring, summery vibe, and I'm becoming a mood reader, or I'm trying to anyway. So I thought this would be perfect to pick up about now. And basically, from the synopsis of this book, this girl named Liz and this guy named Wes don't get along since childhood. but her childhood crush moves back into town, and it's her senior year, and she wants him to ask her to prom. But the only thing is, Wes, the kid that she doesn't get along with, is like BFFs with this guy, Michael, which is the crush. So that's her only way in, and she teams up with Wes and tries to get her a prom date. But from the synopsis, it says she has to re-examine everything because she kind of likes hanging out with Wes. So we'll see what happens. I hope nothing too dramatic. I think it's just a short, fun summer romance read. So I'm going to read it. Yeah, I just love, 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 love this color. I mean, it's yellow. It's not quite the yellow I like. I like a pastel yellow. That's my favorite color. But anyways, I am going to be reading this in the month of April, and I'll let you know how I like it. Okay, I know you guys are probably going to kill me for this. I am going to get to this month. I promise you I am. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And I just felt like to read this next month because it is going to be spring. And in Georgia, spring means skipping spring and going straight to summer, basically. Anyways, the movie Prisoner of Azkaban always reminded me of those summer nights where I would hang out with friends and stuff. Don't know why. It gave me that spring summer vibe. So I'm going to be reading that, and I cannot wait because it has more of Draco scenes in the movies, in the Prisoner of Azkaban. And I hope that the book has more Draco scenes because I am a Draco girl. I mean, come on. Did you not see that last clip? Anyways, but yeah, I'm going to be reading this and seeing if it's like anything like the movie, because if you guys don't know, I said it in a few videos ago, I believe I did, but in middle school, elementary school, I was not allowed to read Harry Potter. Now that I'm older, but I just never got around to it till now. So I read the first 2 books, and they were mostly like the movies. There were some changes, however. Overall, I'm still happy with the books and the movies, and I cannot wait to read this. So I'll let you guys know how I like it. Okay, so the last book I have for you guys is Sanctuary by Palu. I can't say the name. I'm so sorry. But there's 2 authors, and I'm so excited to read this book because it's not romance, I don't think. And it's something serious. So basically, okay, the synopsis of this book. Basically, this girl, it's 2032. And there's chips in everybody. And this is like future America right here. Everybody has chips to buy groceries, food, stuff like that. But she's an immigrant. Her name is Valley, and she's 16 years old. And basically, her family has fake chips because they're immigrants and they don't really have a green card. And so the chips decide to malfunction, and they have to run for it to a sanctuary state, hence the name. They're trying to make it to her aunt's house in California. She has a little brother that she has to bring along because her mother ends up getting caught. That's all I know about it, but I'm really, really excited to read it because I haven't read a book like this ever. I just hope that by the end of this book, they're able to make it to the sanctuary state, because I don't know, it's 2032. They could, do something bad, but I feel like future America is heading toward this. So yeah, I forgot to mention that I have another book, and it's Art of War. I'm going to be listening to the audiobook. It is a nonfiction book, and that's going to be my nonfiction book of the month. I really don't know anything about this book, so I can't explain to you what it's about, so sorry about that, but I'm going to be listening to the audiobook, and yeah. So that was all the books that I plan on to read in April, but you know me, I might change my mind, change it up a little bit. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment for more, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!